It's good to see you again.
Thank you so much. It's lovely this Wednesday morning, the 6th of September 2023. And it's lovely to be here in the studio of Unity 93.3 FM and TV. Our viewer and our listener, it's good to have you tuned to this station. Don't forget, in as much as conflict is inevitable, violent conflict is absolutely avoidable. Stay in peace. That's the message from Beatrice Adamu Iji, your anchor today on Unity Trend. And I have in the studio of Unity Natri this morning an in-house analyst and political scientist, Mr. Shaibu Doro, is with me. Shaibu, good morning. This lovely morning.
Thank you, Kobe. Good morning, viewer and listener. It's good to have you. We look forward to an interesting interface. You're welcome.
Yes, we look forward to an interesting interface. And of course, why not take advantage of this verbose wide coverage of Unity 93.3 FM to advertise, and promote your goods and services. If you want to do that, just call me on 0808 478 9999. We're all yours to make your business activities grow. Thank you so much. I beg you want to do that. Doro?
Yes.
Very quickly before we begin to look at issues as we have them on the National Daily today, I want to appreciate one of our listeners whose identity we would not reveal here.
Okay.
Yesterday I read a message. One of our listeners, sent in a message via SMS. And so I read through. One of our listeners was there, and somehow he, after the program, he, show, interest to assist.
Yes.
And then he sent a donation to assist the particular person who, complained, raised concern concerning hungry and all that, being hungry and all that with the family.
Yes.
And so I want to say appreciation. I want to say thank you for listening, and thank you for showing that kind of a gesture. Maybe you want to also say one or two things concerning such individuals who always want to assist people when they show their complaints and concerns on this platform.
Yes, I was here, and I did hear you read out the message of the lady.
Yes,
the lady who actually complained of a certain difficult situation as a result of the economic conditions and things like that. And I was also here when a certain caller actually asked you to find a way to get the identity, or a way to reach out to the complainant, so that members of the public could see what they could actually do. And little did we know that particular person actually had something in mind concerning this particular lady. And I think it's heartwarming. I think it's the same message we have kept reiterating. It's time for humanity to actually pull together. If everybody's going to hold on to what they have, we can't survive, right?
Yes,
at the end of the day, it's one big family, isn't it?
Yes.
And I also think that if you are blessed, because there are people who, no matter how difficult situations get, will always be better off.
Yes, and even always make someone still strong.
And no matter how we lament, the impact of subsidy removal and all of that, there are people who are insulated from there are people who don't even know that who don't even feel the impacts of some of, because, they are better off and things like that. But in such situations, we expect such people to step in, and be able to support, the less privileged ones and things like that. It's always that way. So I think and I don't even know why we can't mention the person. Maybe he or she, has sucked or something like that. Otherwise, I feel it would have been good to mention the person's name so that members of the public can take a cue, and be motivated to do likewise. But whoever he is, we wish him, God's abundant blessings. We wish him much more riches, and we wish him God's continuous divine protection.
And very quickly again, this is why I believe that we have intelligent listeners out there. This is one person who would never call, but will always listen.
Definitely.
Yes.
We've always said this could be.
Yes.
I think the people who either send messages or call, just a little fraction, just an insignificant fraction of our entire listenership
community,
and all of that. So there are people who don't even have the time to call or send messages, but in spirit, psychologically and all of that, they are always with us, and we say thank you for always being there.
Oh, thank you very much. On this note, we are on behalf of Unity 93.3 FM, the entire management, we're saying thank you to that individual, and of course all of you whom have in time past will always be there to assist one person or the other, calling us to assist. Thank you so much. We pray that we'll continue to do that, and thank you. Yes, back to the main business of the segment of Unity Train. Now I have this thrown on the pages of Vanguard. It says presidential poll, 4 men, 1 woman to decide Atiku Obi's fate today. I feel this is beyond Nigeria. Everyone is waiting. This is because it's that thing that we have to know what the court will decide in the end of the day. So, Doro, I'll just let you, make all of the comments you have to on this. Then we'll go to the next.
I believe that Nigerians also have their own comments to make. Our listeners and viewers also have their own comments to make, and all of that, because the final judgment on the election petition between Atiku Abubakar of the PDP, Peter Obi of the Labour Party, and Bola Tinubu of the APC will be delivered today. And all fingers are crossed. The die, as they say, is cast. The stage is set. It's been 5 months of legal hassles and bustles, 5 months of legal twists and turns, 5 months of fisticuffs and all of that. And today, like the HAUSA person will say, karshen tika tika tik, right? The whole drama will come to a close today, and all of that. So we will look forward to what comes out of it, and all of that. Now, just before we say anything on that, we would like to urge, like we have always done, that whichever way the judgment goes, because it will go only one way.
It will go
either in favor or in disfavor of a certain person and their supporters, and so whichever way it goes, I think let's be patriotic enough, let's be godly enough, let's be religious enough, let's be brave enough, let's be selfless enough to accept it with open arms, because it's always that way.
I love it that you're tilting the conversations to this angle.
Definitely.
Yes, I just want us to again, and then you'll be emphasizing like you
definitely.
Let's be patriotic.
Definitely, that's the watchword.
Having Atiku, having Obi, having President Tinubu, then it means that judgment will have to be in favor of
just one person
who we don't know yet.
Definitely.
Whoever becomes in the end, let's still be Nigerians. Let's still be humans. I think that's the point you.
That's the issue. Thank you for reiterating that. Now, that's just by way of preliminary remarks. Now, what are the issues? What are the contentious issues that will eventually decide the fate of Peter Obi of Labour Party, Atiku Abubakar of the PDP, and President Bola Tinubu of the APC? What are the issues on ground? Now, President Tinubu was elected, I think on March 1, and then sworn in. Was declared winner on March 1, and then on March 11, March 22nd, I think, the petitions and all of that. The legal fireworks actually started. This is the issue, and I think according to Section 134, I think subsection 2 of the Electoral Act, petitions, or cases and all of that will be filed within a period of 90 days. Will be determined within or over a period of 90 days, and then there will be another 60 days, for appeal and all of those issues, and so I think that is actually the legal provision, that these parties have actually activated, and today, it's all going to come to an end after the judgment will have been delivered, and I believe that's going to happen in a matter of hours, so probably before we leave here, we'll have gotten to know what the result will be, but just before then, Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi, of PDP and Labour Party respectively, are challenging the election of President Bola Tinubu on 4 or 5 grounds. Number one, Atiku Abubakar actually feels that in the first place, I mean, both Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi actually feel that in the first place, Bola Tinubu should not even have gone into or contested in the presidential election, because he, according to them, submitted forged documents regarding his educational career, and other issues that have to do with, his biography and all of that. Particularly, of particular, interest is the issue of his educational, documents, right? There are documents which seem to, according to the PDP and Labour Party, the documents that President Tinubu or the then candidate Tinubu submitted to INEC, were actually, were at variance with each other and things like that. We don't have enough time to go into details of his educational documents and things like that, but I think the point the AP, the PDP and Labour Party are making on which they have actually hinged part of their petition is that the document that he had submitted to INEC as then candidate of the APC were actually forged, and so on that ground they feel that he was not even legally speaking eligible to go into the election and things like that. Secondly, they also allege that Tinubu in 1993 was actually arrested and convicted for drug trafficking offenses, as a result of which he was fined $460,000 and things like that. And so according to them, an ex-convict is by law not qualified to contest for an elective office in Nigeria, especially that of the president, which is the highest office in the land, and things like that. And then number three, Atiku Abubakar also alleged, Peter Obi as well, also alleged that President Bola Tinubu did not win 25% of the vote in the Federal Capital Territory, and by law, by the provision of the Electoral Act, anybody who should be declared president or winner of a presidential election must actually have won at least 25% of all the votes in, I think, 25 states of the federation. This is the winning formula in a 36 in a 36 a state federation and all of that, so they actually feel that because President Tinubu did not win 25% of all the votes in the FCT, on that grounds he is not supposed to be declared winner and all of that. Number four, the APC, the Labour Party and PDP also challenged the manner in which President Bola Tinubu's running mate Kashim Shettima was actually nominated, because at certain point he was a senatorial flag bearer of the APC, and then at the same time he was a vice presidential flag bearer and things like that. And so they actually feel that he couldn't have been a flag bearer of two different positions in the same party. You understand? Yes, and all of that. So they actually feel that because he was at some point, well, these are allegations anyway, and I'm not being categorical. We don't know what eventually, because the law is an ass, and the issues will eventually be decided, and then later on we'll get to know what the issues whether the issues actually hold water or not. But I'm just rolling out the allegations or the grounds on which both the PDP and Labour Party actually have challenged the election of President Bola Tinubu. This is the issue. And then number five, they actually also feel that the INEC, right? The INEC actually failed to upload results of elections electronically as provided for in the Electoral Act. This is the issue. So on that grounds, they feel that that might just have been deliberate in order to favor the APC candidate and things like that. These are, I think, are the grounds upon which President Tinubu's election as president are being challenged. This is the issue. But then the APC on its part has actually countered the allegations of the Labour Party and the PDP respectively. Now, one of the issues or one of the defenses of the APC is that in the first place President Tinubu actually did win 25% you know, of 2/3 of the vote in the FCT, and they actually made reference to the 1979 election, you know, which was actually won by, you know, Shehu Shagari of the Nigerian People's, I mean, of the NPN, you understand, as against, you know, Obafemi Awolowo of the UPN and things like that. A lot of legal tussles and, I mean, legal, you know, twists and turns, legal hassles and bustles actually took place at that time, which we cannot actually, you know, narrate at this point because of time constraints, you know. But the reference is to the 1979 election. I think the characteristics were actually similar. You know, the factors that characterized that particular petition, you know, were actually similar to what obtained, I think, in 2023 as far as this particular petition is concerned. And so they're actually saying that by virtue of that precedent, you know, it is actually safe and right and legally, you know, acceptable to actually say that President Tinubu actually won the election and all of that. INEC on its part is actually saying that you know, both Peter Obi and Atiku Abubakar of the PDP have also failed to show that or to prove that electronic, you know, a collation of, you know, election results is actually provided for in the Electoral Act. In other words, according to the APC, there is nowhere in the Electoral Act that actually mandates INEC to actually upload results, you know, electronically, number one. And then number two, you know, the APC, I mean, the INEC is also saying that, you know, there were hitches on the Amazon website service that actually impeded or made it difficult to be able to upload results electronically and things like that. You know, so this, you know, it's a whole gamut of issues, you know, which we cannot exhaust on. Yeah, we can go on.
Why not just look at other issues?
Yeah, on these grounds, we await to see, you know, whatever the result of the judgment will be. And like we did say, we hope that eventually, whichever way the judgment goes, Nigerians will be brave and selfless enough to accept it with open arms.
Yes, Mr. Doro, I think I'll just give, let me just read out these two headlines so that we can, in between 7 minutes, to be able to see what we can do with them. And this one is coming from The Nation, and it's I will break barriers for investors. This one is credited to Mr. President Tinubu, and from The Nations. And then from Daily Trust, this one say, democracy not working, and this one is credited to Fayemi. Now you have this too. I don't know how you're going to do this.
Well, we can just, you know,
so let's set it rolling.
Okay, let's see what we can do within the remaining, you know, available time. Now, President Tinubu was in New Delhi yesterday, where he attended the G20 summit. I think we said something about this, you know, on Monday.
Yes.
Monday we did say something about it. Yeah, even yesterday we touched briefly, you know, on that. And I think, you know, the president's statement is a reiteration of, you know, what we also said, you know, that, you know, the whole idea behind, you know, some of these travels here and there, you know, actually has something to do with, you know, the attempt to, or the need to attract foreign investment and all of those issues. And I'm glad the president, you know, I think he had a meeting with the chairman of one of the, you know, big companies in, you know, in India, where they actually looked at options, you know, investment options in Nigeria, you know, and things like that. And the chairman of the group, whose name I can't recall, it's an Indian name, it's very long and things like that, you know, he actually did say that, you know, he would consider the possibility of setting up an automobile, you know, a company in Nigeria, you know, and all of that. And we want to say that if that eventually comes to pass, it's something that we will find quite commendable, isn't it? Because at the end of the day, we have always said that, you know, if there are no commensurate strategic benefits, you know, as a result of these foreign trips here and there, it will have been an exercise in futility, and we don't want that to actually happen. And President Bola Tinubu has said that on his part as president, he will see what he can do to remove investment barriers, right? You know, so that, you know, we can make, or the business environment can be made as safe as possible, as attractive as possible, as comfortable as possible, as convenient as possible for investors. But we are actually saying that, what are those barriers? The business environment has to be safe and secure. We have to fight corruption to, you know, to give potential investors confidence. We have to, you know, find ways to address insecurity, to guarantee the safety of investors. We have to look at even bureaucratic bottlenecks. Are we going to give them tax exemptions, tax rebates, and things like that? You know, these are the issues. but at the end of the day, I think it's an idea that is worth exploring, isn't it?
All right.
This is the issue.
Okay, this one on the Daily Trust, they say our democracy not working. What's your take on this?
Well, Professor Udenta celebrated his 60th, birthday. I think Professor Udenta is the founder of, Abuja School of Political Thought, and yesterday he celebrated his 60th anniversary, and former governor of Ekiti State, Dr. Kayode was there, as a special guest. And in the course of his interaction with, the audience, he was actually saying that there's a need to go back to the drawing board as far as our democratic experiment since 1999 till date is concerned, because it's not actually delivered the goods. The system has not delivered the goods as far as our own experience here in Nigeria is concerned. Something has to be done to make it. And specifically, I think he did emphasize on this particular aspect of the Nigeria's democracy that we have always seen, as retrogressive and things like that. He did say that it might just be time for Nigeria to go back to the drawing board and see what it can do to entrench, sort of a representational, democracy, so that, electoral rewards are distributed on the basis of, how much vote or how many votes, a certain political party is able to produce. This is the issue, and I think it's something we have reiterated here again and again. The problem we've had in our democratic experimentation is that there's this winner takes all attitude. There's this zero-sum approach to politics and things like that, so that you discover that when a certain political party, when a certain ethnic group, when a certain religious group wins an election, such a party, such an ethnic group automatically takes everything. And then the person who has lost out, has lost everything. It's unfortunate. So if a Muslim contests an election against a Christian and the Muslim wins, the Christian and other Christians have lost everything, and the Muslims have gotten everything, and vice versa, and that shouldn't be. So Kayode I think is saying something that I think we have also reiterated here and elsewhere. There's a need for us to actually liberalize, the political culture. Somebody has to win an election. Somebody also has to lose an election. But whichever way it goes, I think at the end of the day, the agenda should be the national project. All interests and aspirations, should actually be accommodated and treated, with utmost respect, regardless of persuasions and all of those issues.
All right. With this, we have come to the end of this segment. Whoever wins in the end, let's all be patriotic, and that's the idea for us, and that's what we promote. And thank you so much. I just want to beg that you stay tuned. We'll be right back after this short time out. Stay tuned.
Mr. Politician, it's good to see you again. It's been so long since you've been here. You had me thinking you were dead. How's your taxpayer mansion? How was your... Mr. Politician, it's good to see you again. It's been so long since you've been here. You had me thinking you were dead. How's your taxpayer mansion? Mr. Politician, it's good to see you again. It's been so long since you've been here. You had me thinking you were dead. How's your taxpayer mansion? How was your...
Please pay attention. It starts from the foundation. Everybody needs somebody. Everybody needs some love. You turn a blind eye and care nothing less. Say it's just business, all about the money. You are so unbothered as long as they pay.
Mr. Politician, it's good to see you again. It's been so long since you've been here. You had me thinking you were dead. How's your taxpayer mansion? How was... Mr. Politician.
Thank you so much for still staying tuned to Unity 93.3 FM and of course TV. And it's lovely to have you on this special day. Don't forget, today is Wednesday, the 6th of September 2023. And in the studio of Unity 93.3 FM this morning, it has been Mr. Shaibu Doro, an in-house analyst and a political scientist. He's still in the studio, and if you don't mind, I'll let him say good morning to you once again, because that won't be bad. Shaibu, once again.
Good morning, viewer. Good morning, listener. Thank you for staying tuned.
Yes, of course, this morning is good we get to do this. You know, good governance that benefits a common man is no doubt that the outcome of good relationship between the levels of government, especially between the legislative and the executive. And we'll be discussing this in the studio today with our guest, whom of course we're expecting. Anytime soon, he will be here. And then we'll set the discussion rolling. But before he comes in, yes, of course, we will just be looking at what is expected to happen in concerning the judiciary, judgment between the Atiku Abubakar of PDP, Obi of Labour Party, and of course Tinubu of the APC. Dora, I'll just turn to you right now, and then let's see how you were talking actually about being patriotic, and this is one thing we cannot afford to keep it down or to have to under discuss it here. Yes. Because the need for party supporters to just remain, let's still be Nigerians in the end of it. And so the judgment today will be made known, the decisions of based on evidences and other things provided to the people in charge, the judiciary. Today they must have in one way or the other put in their reports, and then today they will announce or probably just make their decisions today. And so that's too, we have people across states waiting to hear and then pick up decisions also. And so that is why we say let's be patriotic no matter what have you to add?
Okay, is our guest here or something? Okay, yeah, just like we did say earlier, we will be expecting Nigerian citizens to remain calm, because at the end of the day, we can only have one president. We can't have two, we can have three, and I think Peter Obi and Atiku and Tinubu all know this, right? They all do. So at the end of the day, I think Nigeria should actually be the priority, and not just. Yeah, I do understand. It doesn't feel good to lose and all of that, especially given how economically challenging elections can be and all of that. But at the end of the day, I think we go into contest with the knowledge that at the end it can go either way, isn't it? It can go either way. This is the issues. I heard this guy Charlie Boy saying all obedience or all followers of the Obi school of thought should actually occupy Abuja because they are expecting a watertight judgment and things like that. But I think that we do hope that is not an invitation or to trouble and things like that. Okay. Whichever way it goes, we would expect Nigerians to remain calm and law abiding, because it can only go one way.
Oh, thank you very much, and thank you very much, Doro.
Yes,
it's good to have you emphasize and re-emphasize on the need for us to, remain calm and, of course, be patriotic. After all, we are Nigerians, and thank you so much. Our viewer and our listener, at this point in time, our guest for today is seated in the studio, and the discussion would now be open for us to, of course, if you don't mind, it's an honor, of course, to introduce a member representing Igwe Rukuba constituency in the Plateau State House of Assembly. That is Honorable Ibrahim Adukuchili Agbalak. Oh, this is lovely. Yes. And it's wonderful. He's seated. Our lawmaker, it's good to have you in the studio this morning.
Thank you for having me.
And I'm sure you're one of the principal officers in the Plateau State House of Assembly at the moment.
Yes, by the grace of God.
By the grace of God,
yes.
Deputy Majority
Leader.
Yes, Deputy Majority Leader,
yes.
Plateau State House of Assembly. And thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Good morning, Plateau.
Oh, thank you very much. Earlier on in my preamble, I said, yes, good governance and that which will be of great benefit to a common man is that which is laid on the basis of good relationship between the levels of government, particularly the legislature and then the executive. And so at this point, we'll be discussing around a topic that has to do with good relationships so that it will benefit the common man, and that's what we'll be doing this morning. Sir, you're welcome once again.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, let's begin the discussion around what is the relationship so far between the lawmakers and the executive on the plateau.
Thank you for having me once again. Our relationship is cordial. You know the governor is a gentleman.
Okay.
And even the leadership of the House of Assembly, the Speaker, is also a gentleman. And because we are coming from an opposition, we have formed a government, and we see the need to look at Plateau first. We have a very good relationship with the executive. At the moment, there is no problem, no issue between the legislatures and the executive. Coupled with the fact that the governor is a God-fearing man and is a gentleman to the core. You can keep his word to the bank. When talking, you know that he meant what is in his heart.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that is lovely. And of course, let's just look at this issue. You're coming from, you said that there is no, at the moment, everything is fine. At the moment,
there is no issue.
Yes, yeah. Between the lawmakers and the executive. Yes. Yeah. Okay, let's get to know. Is that to say that we're expecting a lot on the plateau?
Yeah. I want to tell you.
I think our lawmakers will need to be a little louder because it's it's not audible enough.
Okay. Sorry. You expect something good from this government. We are coming with a new approach. If you see the way he's handling some issues in the state, very calmly. If you check out the issue of local government, the way he handles it, you know that the man loves peace. And you should know that he knows what he's doing. He wants to impress everybody.
Okay.
That is why you see he handled it in a way that there was no bloodshed. I don't understand.
Yes.
What happened? What transpired between the local government, the transition, and even the elected, the so-called elected. if not because of his wisdom, it could have led to something different. But the way he handled it, you know that he's out to maintain peace and to embrace everyone.
Okay, I have this already. You're coming from a constituency that has a lot of projects. You know, there's this issue of light. You know, for over 8 years, there hasn't been light in Mayango. And then you have issues of the roads which has not been, you know, completed. It was by the then administration of His Excellency, former Governor of Plateau State, Baba Jang, and then accountancy, College of Accountancy, that leads to that. And then you also have this one from one of our listeners, say, Bad Road from, it's not for Bad Road along the Bache, the Rukuba. Yes, you have issues of roads there. So just tell us in a brief, what have you to do about this? Do you see anything coming to the people in terms of good roads?
The role of a legislator is to make laws and to lobby projects for his people.
Lobby projects, I love that.
Again, to speak for his people. And I think at the moment I have done that. And I speak for my people in terms of the roads. And the issue of the light that you mentioned in Igwe, I'm on it. We met with the committee that are handling that. And we discussed. We met with Ida. We're supposed to go to the NEPA office, but we have not done that yet. And so I'm on it. Our duty is to speak for the people and to lobby the projects. I presented a notice of motion in regards to the roads. And that is the only thing a lawmaker can do. So they will not they will take the resolution to the executive for implementation. So a lawmaker is to speak for his people, and I have speak for them. And I want you to know that immediately I did that presentation in the floor of the House. Rick Rock moved the next day and started the immediate intervention that I called for, especially in the road to Rukuba, Irigwe, the Barak road, because people finding it difficult to move around with their goods and farm produce. Even students going to school, going to hospitals. You know, Jebu Basa is close to Jos.
Yes.
Basa is one of the local government that is very close to the city and is being neglected. So, and it is my duty as a lawmaker to speak, so that all the resolution of the House of Assembly, they take it to the executive.
Yes.
So, and I know because of that, there was a very urgent intervention that's being done at the moment. And I pray that during the budget, we see my roads being mentioned, the 2 roads that are presented. Thank you.
Let's amen to that. And very quickly again, sometimes ago, around 2013, during the usual annual cultural festival of the Irigwe people, which is called Zerechi, there was this incident that took place to the destructions of the police station outfit in Mayango. And since then, there hasn't been the presence of the police to be operational police station there. And also the courts in that region also was banned at that time and during that incident. But today you have the presence of police in that axis, but on special operations because of the security challenges we have in the past. So are you aware, and is there anything to make sure we have the police stations reinstated?
What really happened is to show to you that people lost confidence in government. When people don't have confidence, that is what you see. And at the moment, you can see that the police station is back in that area. And that is to tell you that the people are beginning to have confidence in government. And by the grace of God, I'm urging my people not to take the laws into their hands. They should just allow the government to do their work. And at the moment, you can testify that nothing is happening in Plateau State. No series of attacks again. People are beginning to be peaceful, and I'm praying that it will continue like this. And it is a prayer that we have a peaceful state, and so also we have a state that people can come in and invest. Without peace, we cannot invest. Without peace, let me tell you, even God cannot bless you.
Definitely.
So let's have peace and enjoy the dividends of democracy.
Okay. You've been very brief and you've been very straightforward to your points. And I think I love that.
That is how I speak.
That's his nature.
And thank you very much, Mr. Ibrahim and Honorable. Now, talking about still on peace, we know your region, of course, your constituency, has been, under security challenges in the past, and then we appreciate the fact that these days we have not seen anything to, that is tampering with the relative peace in that region. And of course, being a representative of the good people of Irigwe-Rukuba, and I'm sure it's not ethnic, it's not tribal people you're representing everybody that is in that axis. So is there any strategy to represent everyone in order to sustain the peaceful coexistence being enjoyed relatively in that axis?
The strategy is that was what I did. I presented a motion that leads to the two chiefdom.
Okay.
That's to tell you I'm not representing only one side.
Yes.
And it shows that I love the two. And let me tell you, there is one project that came to me. The first project I cited in Jebu in Jebu Miango. There's one of my friends called me and said there is a World Bank project and he wants me to lobby to my people. Why do I think they should cite that project? And the project is being cited in the areas that they have crisis. And I said they should cite it in Jebu Miango. So that was the first project allocated to the other side, not even to my village.
Yes.
And I believe when you continue to do that, the people will begin to see we have unity among ourselves. And I'm preaching unity. That is what I'm doing. And I wanted to present the issue of the roads on one side. I said, no, even the other side too. They need it. During Baba Jang, he started and it has not finished the other to Annan University. And I said, let me combine the two roads together so that I will call the attention of the governor to see that he fixed the two roads. And let me tell you, if they fix those roads, even just master plan extend to Basa.
Yes, that's good.
And I think because of that, we have a listening government, and that is why he immediately moved for the quick intervention. And I pray that it will fix those roads. I still have some policies that will unite us. By the grace of God, the 100 days in office, you will see what will happen.
Yes.
I cannot mark my scripts as a student.
Yeah, we'll help you mark it, and we'll be inviting you here to discuss that.
Yes, I will allow people to mark my scripts.
Right.
But all what I'm doing, I'm representing my people.
Yes.
I'm doing my work. They will, at the end of the day, they will mark my scripts.
Okay. Honorable, Mr. Doro said we'll invite you.
Definitely.
I don't want it to be like that. I want you to seek to come here and speak to your people. Doro, I've been wondering, why should it be that we'll be the ones inviting people who should even pay money to come on air and speak to their people?
Like that,
but you know that, Honorable, I'm sure you know that's what it has been.
Yes, I think we can be grateful to Honorable. This is his second time here, and it's only been a matter of months, and that was why I wanted to actually qualify. When you were introducing him, I wanted to qualify him further as the media and people-friendly lawmaker, because anytime he has an opportunity, he comes here to speak to us and things like that.
Again, because we have a whole lot of people listening to us. The reason is because, and today we're on TV live and YouTube and Facebook and our TV arm also. Now, not to have it look like we are selecting other people's, giving other, special treatment than others, because people are beginning to feel. Now, this is the second time you're here in the studio to talk to your people based on invitations. Next time, I'm sure you'll be the one to want to pay money to come on air. But apart from that, some of your colleagues, I know we have invited them. They have not come. And to our listener and our viewer, why is it that we are being specific? Why is it that it's always you here? Well, I want to tell our viewer that we are not sidelining anybody. We have tried our best to bring every other member, your colleagues. We have tried to bring every one of them, but somehow some of them have not shown interest yet. So our listener and our viewer, it's not that we are selecting others and leaving others. Back to our conversation anyway.
I think could be, I'd like to come in here. Yes. The honorable member is just being modest and humble, not to say something concerning paying to come here, but he actually did. And he's just keeping quiet. Probably out of modesty and things like that. Yesterday he called me to say, okay, we're clocking 100 days and things. I'd like to speak to my people and all of that. What is the cost implication? We discuss, and then he said, okay, no problem, I'll be glad to oblige. And that's why he's here. Maybe we didn't get to discuss that. And
Thank you very much, Honorable.
So you see, when you mentioned it, he didn't say anything because he doesn't want to brag.
Let me apologize on behalf of my colleagues. Maybe they have their own reasons for not showing up, but I know they are media friendly too.
Yes.
I'm the chairman committee on information.
Oh, I see.
And I know all of them. They are outspoken. I don't think they are just scared. They are running away from the.
Yes.
I think it's time. So please don't. I'm apologizing on their behalf.
There wasn't any offense anyway. It's just that we're trying to make our viewer and listener understand that we are not being, treating others, giving preferences to others more than others anyway. And thank you very much. I think it's about time we go on a short break. But before we do, can you just 100 days, you said very soon we'll be marking your script, because you won't do that yourself, Honorable.
Yes.
Okay. Can you just give us a tip of...
Why should I give you a tip of? What I've done so far is I presented 2 bills.
Yes.
One on security trust fund. The other one is on ICT, establishment of ICT, and the notice of motion in the House of Assembly. Those are the things I have done so far. And I think the other ones are coming very soon.
Okay.
I will not mention those things that I want to do, because I want to take people by surprise.
Why not?
Secondly, I started the issue of ICT. What initiated the bill, the ICT bill, is because of the new thing on ground that we have. What we call is fourth industrial revolution in ICT.
Yes.
I think you know that one, and it's known as Industrial 4.0. People are going digital.
Definitely.
The world is going digital. And I said, no, before people start having institution like this, Plateau will be the first to have it. So my prayer is that the governor will assent to the bill and to be cited in Basa, which is one of the closest local government to the city, and don't have any state institution. Basa don't have any state institution.
Yes.
And I think that was why I said let them start it in Basa. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And of course, right now we're talking about College of Accountancy.
Yeah.
Yes, of course, it would be good if you speak to the extent with which they too will benefit from the projects you would lobby to bring to that axis. I'm more particular about the road there. This is because you have people coming across Nigeria for that institution, and I don't know. So have you had any relationship with the authority or the management of those?
I have not visited them. But you can see I said I have mentioned their roads, and that road is very, very key to the Plateau State government. If you are going to Abuja from Lukuba Road, Gadabu, Axis, even Apata and other places, this place is even shorter than going to Buku Axis.
Yes.
And I think that was the reason why I said they should consider that road. And the governor, I know, is going to do something about it. But very soon I'm going to visit I'm going to pay a positive visit to the management of the institution, and so that we can work hand in hand.
Okay.
I want to also assess or review, check how they are doing their employment.
Yes.
Because let me tell you, 1 to 6 is supposed to be Basa people.
Okay.
If it is, yes, we are the host community. From level 1 to 6, the people there are supposed to be Basa people. Or
Indigenous.
people. So I think we need to go and check the quota. Are they really giving us what belongs to us?
Definitely.
So I will have interface with them by the grace of God.
All right, thank you very much. And now, hardship.
Yeah.
Now, how much do you know about the hardship your people are facing at the moment, and any strategy, anything in place in order to help mitigate it, considering again the issue of palliative and money sent, is it rice is sent? So anything for your people regards that?
Excuse me, sir. Palliative is an executive issue. I'm not in a position to speak for the executive. I only speak for the House of Assembly.
Okay.
And the only thing I can do is to lobby for projects,
Okay.
and I've done that.
Yes.
Our duty is not to give palliatives.
Yes.
Our duty is to supervise the palliative, whether they have been given to them.
Yes.
Okay.
And the issue of money, I don't know. They have not released the money yet. I don't think they have released the money. So I cannot even speak for
on that
one, because I'm not the spokesman of the government.
But we would like to ask, sir, just before, a minute or two, you did roll out some of your achievements. Is there anything you'd like to say in addition to that? is there more to what you've done, you know, as far as your few days in office are concerned, or that's it? And what challenges have you encountered in the process? There must have been a challenge or two, you know, which you may have encountered in the course of your legislative duties. Is there any?
There are a lot of challenges, my brother.
Okay.
Especially the individual calls, individual requests.
That brings us to the issue of palliatives, which Kumbi was talking about.
We expect too much on the politicians, and people are calling you on private businesses, private requests. I find it very difficult. Is that how people used to do for politicians? And we are doing our best. The ones that are urgent will come for intervention. The ones that I look at it as a minor thing, I will just skip it, because we cannot solve problems for individuals. If we have people that voted for me about 16,500, 16,773
across the entire country.
Yes, across the two chiefdoms. So if everyone will call me to help me privately, what do you expect at the end of the day? So I'm doing my best to see that the ones I can do, I will do it. And one thing people have at the back of their mind is as if politicians have a lot of money. That is the impression they are getting, and they don't know that we do broke too. Do you understand? Someone will just call it middle of the month and ask you that his wife get back, he's looking for, as if he didn't prepare. So I'm just the challenges are too much. Too many. But by the grace of God, we are managing it. My prayer is that God should give us the wisdom to continue to manage these kind of things. I don't want to make some utterances that some people will think.
That's
so
understandable.
I think that is the only challenge I'm facing.
Okay.
But so far so good. My people are cooperating with me. They are appreciating me. Thank you so much.
Oh, that is lovely and honorable. I must confess, I'm so proud to have you, come to the studio, and the conversation continue anyway. We'll just go on a short break and we'll come back. Thank you, our listener, and of course our viewer. When a young woman, her behavior just begin to change, don't you know that probably she may have taken in, and that she is now probably expectant that you, Honorable is not saying that you should not call, but there may be other urgent needs, to draw attention to, and so you may keep calling anyway, but if Honorable does not do anything towards concerning the pregnancy of your wife, then just take it. After all, we're all Nigerians, and remain patriotic. I'm sure Honorable will make sure it goes down well with all of us. And stay tuned, we'll be right back. And when we do, it will be time for the community of our intelligent listeners to begin to call in and throw in their inputs. Thank you for being there. Stay tuned.
Mr. Politician, it's good to see you again. It's been so long since you've been here. You had me thinking you were dead. How's your taxpayer mansion? How was your...
I was the head boy in my primary school, senior prefect and best graduating student in my secondary school, but drug abuse almost ruined my life.
I was on an average of 2 grams of cocaine per day.
I was taking 8 ampoules of pentazosine daily.
European shisha, cocaine.
I became a user, a dealer, and a gangster.
I saw other users drowning. I knew I didn't want to be like them, but I was already trapped.
My family disowned me.
My employment was terminated.
I sold my car, sold my house. I'll go out well-dressed and return shoeless, shirtless in exchange for drugs.
I was saying things that were not real, and I once stabbed myself because I felt something crawling under my skin.
I contacted NDLEA and started therapy.
I spent 3 months in therapy.
I spent 8 months.
It's easy to relapse, but your mind has to be stronger than the cravings.
Drugs does not love you. You are not the one using drugs. Drugs are the one using you. Say no to drug abuse.
Mr. Politician, it's good to see you again. It's been so long since you've been here. You had me thinking you were dead. taxpayer mansion. How was your
for still staying tuned to Unity 93.3 FM. Beatrice Adamuiji is my name, and could be, if you like, I'll be just fine. In the studio this morning, the 6th of September 2023, in the studio is Honorable Member representing the good people of Rukuba Irigwe constituency in the Plateau State House of Assembly, and of course one of the principal officers. I'm talking about Deputy Majority Leader Honorable Ibrahim Agbalak.
You will not add the other.
No, I don't have to go there. Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and again, don't forget, you need to be informed also that Shaibu Doro is in the studio.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure. Thank you, listener and viewer, for being there.
We've been talking about the things. We went on that break when we were talking about the challenges. And actually, if you don't mind, please, you would just emphasize in a minute so that we just put on the studio line and our listener and viewer may be able to call and then we hear from them. Please, the challenges again. Because we feel, most of us feel already that politicians should be giving us money to solve issues that concerns our families and things like that, which of course is not bad. It's not bad. If at all, the financial capacity allow you to do that. Like you said, you have been doing the much you could do and then you always do again. But that is a challenge because people feel offended in any time you don't do that. So how would you emphasize it? Because you need to conclude.
I think if you put a request, you don't put pressure on the person. You don't know the condition is in too. So I think if you put a request for politicians, at that moment you should allow him to decide, to look into it. Maybe at that moment he don't have the cash. So I think when you put a request, you give him time, let him do what he can do. And if he said he cannot do it, please, people should reason with him. He's a man too, he's a human being.
And you're also on government payroll too.
You're on government payroll. We don't award contracts. We only wait for salaries to be paid to us. And you call me within on the 15, 16, 17, and you expect me to say this is the money, as if you don't have plans for yourself too. I think I want to use this opportunity to tell them that the people of Rukuba Irigwe, I love you guys. I love the people of Rukuba Irigwe. I will do my best not to disappoint them. I think that's the only few words I can give them.
Okay. Honorable will do his best, to bring the best for the good people of Rukuba Irigwe constituency. And of course, not just the tribal people there, the natives there, but everybody that is living within his constituency will benefit. The Nigerians are represented. Every tribe in Nigeria, probably you could have them in Basa, in his constituency. And so it is for everyone, not the Irukuba people alone and the Irigwe people, but every Nigerian there. And that is it. So now it's time for you to begin a call and tell us what is it that you have for Honorable Member. And if you want to do that, you go on with the studio line 070-3235-3315. Those of you who are following us on our TV arm, you can have it down the screen there, and that's how we do it. And when you do that, just tell us your name, where you're calling from. You go straight. Within a minute, you should be able to round up your points. And so you don't confront anybody here. And again, comments made on this platform and not in any way the position of Unity 93.3 FM. So let's begin to pick our calls. Our first caller today. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Thank you very much. Who is on the line this morning?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. It's good to have you.
Yes, thank you very much. My name is Sadiq Umar. I'm calling from Teacher.
Sadiq Umar, we're happy to have you. You have
I want to commend the Honorable in the House. Actually, he has spoken very, very well. And actually, what is really happening in terms of reality is that every time a politician will come to campaigning, you always promise beyond their offices. That's why we see people putting more putting more interest on them. So I think if a politician will define his offices according comment the judgment that is going to happen today, where there is a lot of expectation in Nigeria, there is a lot of evidence that is going around. We are hoping that
thank you very much.
Most of the matters will be judged by this tribunal, because one of our national interests is what we are expecting. All eyes from the world are on Nigeria.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Siddiq Umar calling there, being our first caller on today's edition of Unity Train. Community of intelligent listeners at this point. We expect a lot from you. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Tulbi.
Thank you very much. Who's on the line?
Yeah, my name is David Mako. I'm calling you from Jentang Apata community.
Oh, good. It's good to have you, David Bako. I'm sure your representative is here.
Yes, here,
yes.
Okay, you have a minute, please.
I want to just quickly, on a quick note, really want to commend the honorable member representing Rukuba Irigwe constituency, Honorable Ibrahim Abalat, with the good work he is doing so far, and representing his own constituents very well, in which I happen to be one of those from the constituency.
Okay.
But I equally want to quickly just call his attention to the fact that, regardless of the fact that he is representing people from Rukuba Irigwe constituency, he is a lawmaker on the plateau.
Yes.
And I want to solicit and request that in as much as he's trying to lobby for the repairs of the road in Bata and that's Rukuba Irigwe constituency,
yes,
I want to plead with him to equally consider that there are some roads, being a lawmaker of the state, there are some roads within the just metropolis that he can equally lobby for.
Okay.
Right now, as I'm talking to you, I'm not taking a tour in Jentang Apata community, and the roads are very, very bad.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes, sir. So if you can just please lobby for equally the entire state, for the state to be, the roads for the state to be repaired. Thank you very much, sir.
Oh, David Bako. Thank you. David Bako, thanks for calling. Yes, in as much as you are there representing the good people of Irigwe Kuba, but that too, you're a plateau lawmaker, so you find a way of supporting. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Thank you very much. Who's on the line this morning? What's your name?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. We can hear you.
Yes, sir. You are speaking to Bright Awu Daniel, sir.
Oh, Bright Awu Daniel. It's good to have you. Please, you have a minute.
Yes, sir. I want to commend the honorable member, Honorable Ibrahim Abalak, for doing excellently well in the constituency. To tell you, we are feeling his impact, and we pray that God keep him, bless him, looking forward. Thank you so much, sir.
Oh, my. This is just to say thank you. And I can see showers of blessings
definitely.
For you.
Some of our people who haven't been calling are actually doing so today.
I want to just, peep in and then get all the blessings that showered onto you. So that, hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Could be Doro, an honorable member.
Thank you very much.
My name is Space Ambassador Usman Big 7. I'm calling from ZINARIYA.
Usman Big 7.
Honorable, they really make our day. Despite I'm not under your constituency, but I really appreciate what you said this morning. How I wish some of the members will be coming the way you come to this radio station. Could be.
Yes.
If I can give you advice.
Yes.
I think I will advise you people to start giving them invitation one by one, so that they come and tell us what they are doing regarding the representative of their community constituency.
Yes.
Honorable member, you really make our day.
Thank you very much.
Have a nice day.
Thank you very much. Thank you. You see, our listener will always expect, because we have listener across constituencies.
Definitely.
And so they would want their representative to come on air. But we have tried our best, like I was trying to point out. We've tried our best. Only you have deemed it fit to come. And Honorable Danjuma was here. He has been here like in other houses.
He's also here. A friend of,
he's becoming a friend.
FM.
And then the Honorable member representing Pangshin North, he was here one time too. We've tried to invite as many as possible, but the invitation seemed not to be honored. So what do we do? Our listener may begin to feel we are separating, and then, hello, good morning.
Good morning, Kubi.
Thank you very much, sir. Who is on the line?
And good morning, too.
Yeah, good morning, sir. Thank you for joining.
And Madam Ibrahim, good morning.
Thank you.
In fact, I'm opposing inviting anybody to come there because they say clear conscience fears no accusation.
Okay.
Nobody invites Ibrahim to come to that very place. If you know what you are doing, definitely you come there and aid it.
Thank you very much.
One other thing I'm trying to let him know is that if you're picking a project, you should pick a project that will be completed and not half done.
Okay.
So, in that issue, I will say thank you and God bless.
Thank you very much. You know, people who in most cases don't even call today are calling, and they're saying that what is it that we must invite them? Because if it were electioneering period, they would pay all money
so
to
it should be
here.
a moral obligation.
So it should be something that
should be a moral obligation.
you know. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Oh, thank you very much. It's good to have you. Amen.
Calling from
Oh my, amen to that.
Good morning, Mr. Kurbi and Mr. Doro and the guests in the studio.
Thank you for calling.
Oh, continue to bless you people.
Amen, amen, amen.
You see, I love your program this morning. I was so carried away.
Thank you.
Because your guest made a statement.
Oh,
he said, if there is crisis or war in a place, there will be no God bless.
No God bless.
You see, let's always emulate love. Let's always be peaceful. And as regards what is happening today, being the judiciary, legislative, and executive, all should be together. Let's all see synergy in the country.
Yes.
So the outcome of the result today, Nigeria should be calm because we are not having any foreigner or if all the leaders, both President Tinubu, both Peter Obi and Atiku Abubakar are all Nigerians. So let's just love one another. Please let's accept with love.
Thank you.
Whatever the outcome of the election will be, let it be with love. And I pray God will bless this nation and move this nation ahead.
Amen.
Thank you very much, Adeumi, always
a peace advocate.
Yes, yes. He never said he is, but we could,
we could say that he is.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, thank you very much. You may need to speak up, please.
Good morning,
Thank you.
My name is Mr. Pali. I'm calling from Uganda.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much.
I know Honorable is not from my constituency.
Yes.
But I say that my Honorable too will be invited. That is from the North. I really appreciate the way Honorable expressed his commitment in the floor of the House to see that his community people have enjoyed in sending it as their representative. But my congratulations is just to be more on catching this big fish our own hand. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for calling. Okay, Doro, if you're there, I will begin to read out some of those comments from the Facebook. But let's just take this one. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Oh, thank you very much. Who's on the line? Okay, Sule calling from Lasisi.
I would like to accept that no matter how the land government is, no matter appreciate what they are going to, let us remain in time because it is not go and fight with each other because these people sometimes they are not with us. I am not going to generalize all the politicians, but many of them they are not with us. So I hope that people will remain calm so that we can continue to live in peace. As they correct with you. Like in happy time. So let us continue to pray for God so that we bring peace and stability in our country. May God continue to pray.
Oh, thank you very much. From SMS, this one is saying, morning, sir. I want you to help me extend my regards to my helper. May the Lord bless you all. I'm most grateful also to the management of Unity FM for all they are doing. All your guests, thank you so much. There is no name, but I want to believe it's the same person who
had sent that
yesterday. And someone opted to to assist in some way. It may be little, but of course is an assistance. And so thank you for calling. Are you there?
Yeah, we have this. This one is from one of our regular listeners and our regular listener and viewer, Malam Oyomeden Kelly. He says, "Good morning, Shuaibu Doro." And then Bright Awu Daniels called earlier, but he has a message here. He says, "Good morning, Mr. Kulbi and Mr. Shuaibu Doro. I want to commend my member, Honorable Agbalak Ibrahim. He has started on a good foot, and hence we must commend him and may God see him through all ramifications. Can you say amen to that, sir?
Amen.
And this is from Balangwari Wairano. He says, good morning, Unity Radio from Balangwari Rano, Jihar Kano, Rano Emirate. All the way from Kano is listening and also probably watching. Aminu Abdullahi Shuaibu, he says, good morning, Kulbi and Shuaibu Duro. Thank God for another blessing. I'm watching you live from Rico's new layout, Jos. Always best wishes. You always, always doing good analysis. This one is from Enoch Yakubu Adudu. He says, good morning, Mr. Kolbi, Sir Shuaibu Duro, and our amiable honorable member with the youths of Basa and Irugwe constituency. Believe in him because we have seen him carrying youth along and we know he will do more for the youths while in office. Kudos to him. This is from Enoch Yakubu. Muhammad Tajuddin says, good morning to all the gentlemen in the studio and a special greeting to the honorable member. The interaction was good and I'm now in love with the lawmaker because of his friendliness. That's what he said. Did you hear that, sir?
He's now in love with it.
Yeah, definitely. He also says, I like any people's representative who doesn't shy away from the media. Keep it up, Mr. Lawmaker, because it's a way of building up followership. Muhammad Tajuddin from Naraguta. And Charity Hall says, whatever the outcome of the court verdict today, we should please remain peaceful. Heaven will not come down if your preferred candidate is not mentioned as the winner. This is from Charity Hali. And Daniel Amama says, such a visionary leader, we pray for more strength. Upfrontly is referring to Honorable Ibrahim Agbala. These are a few of the messages we have. Others might be taken in the course.
Well, I thought that one was for me. Anyway, SMS.
Well, it wasn't for you.
All right. Okay. I'll do my best too so that I get someone. Okay, this one is saying, Honorable will be blessed. Ya Allah continue to lift us above all challenges in life and never imposed on us that which we have no strength to bear. Every situation is a test from God in prosperity. He tests our gratitude in poverty. He tests our contentment in delay, in grant, our request. He tests our patience. Hassan Garba, thank you very much. I think we'll let Honorable to begin to respond to some of this. But I think we have a few more calls to just receive. What, Honorable? Let's begin to respond.
Yeah, let me respond to Sadiq. He said some of us make some promises during the campaign.
Yeah.
That is why
the pressure
is too much on us. I didn't make any promise to anybody.
Okay.
And nobody has sponsored me on this election.
Yes.
I believe the victory comes from God. I don't think even someone promised to buy a car for you. Within 2 months, you expect him to buy the car.
Yes.
We are just barely 2 months. And we are saying that they should calm down first. Not that you know it's assist, but the pressure is coming too much on daily basis. If you see text messages for private requests and other needs, you understand. So we are not saying that will not help, but they should at least give us time. It's just 2 months. So you don't expect us to do everything. The issue of representing Rukubai Rigwe is not only Rukubai Rigwe that I'm representing. Even the bill I passed was passed second reading. It's not meant for only Rukuba people or people, or people residing in Basa alone.
Yes.
The bill is going to help the Plateau youth to be ICT inclined, and it will expose them with ICT skills. Let me tell you, there are some ICT professional courses that if you do today, you don't even need to go to university, and you get employment and collect salary more than those that went to university. So I think the institution is very timely, and I pray that the government will work on it.
I say amen to that.
Yes, say amen to that.
Maybe
you will be a beneficiary.
Why not? Sure.
Why not?
So, and again, someone said I should not pick a project I will not be able to finish. By the grace of God, I will finish my project during my tenures. And you know, one interesting thing is that it's not our duty to construct roads. It's not our duty to do physical projects. You understand?
Yes.
The lawmaker is to make laws and lobby those projects to his community.
And then maybe supervise.
And supervise. That is the overhead functions. You understand? We do those overhead functions to make sure that those projects captured in the budget are being executed.
Yes.
Correctly.
And you did say something about the governor actually deploying workers to a site or something?
Yes. Okay. The road to that Basa, the bypass to local government, there was a need for immediate intervention.
Okay.
At the moment, the TIC chairman, the Honorable Fidelis Adra, through the governor, he deployed the rig rock
Okay.
to give immediate
attention,
yes, to the roads. And the place is muchable.
Highly
Oh
commendable.
my, that's good.
I promised myself to be accessible. And the day I came here, I said I will be accessible, I will be available, and I will stand by it. Yeah. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Okay, I have this one SMS saying, good morning, could be Mr. Doro and the Honorable. Kudos to the Honorable member. I just want to say that as the member lobbies for projects, he should ensure that the road to Basa is completed. We thank God and bless whoever started the road repair. I also want to call on all Nigerians to be peaceful and lawful as we hear the presidential judgment today. Peace is priceless. Let's live in peace. God bless Nigeria. Christy Izan from Rukubara. Christy Izan, thank you very much. I think we may receive this one call and then, oh mine, we lost that. Honorable Christy Izan is saying, I think she starts with appreciation, like whoever is involved in some of the repairs, maybe going on in the city of Jos, maybe in your constituency. She's saying thank you, and then she looks forward to having it completed. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Oh, we lost that again. We have just a few minutes to be out of.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Thank you very much. You have a minute.
Yeah, my name is Muhammad Sani. I'm calling from the Local Government Plateau State.
Oh, that is great. So, in a minute, please.
Yeah, I'm calling because I need great news because by the grace of Allah, I won't expect nice for this country by the grace of Allah.
Okay.
God bless you, Unity, and God bless you, all of them. Thank you.
Amen.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's how we do it on Unity FM. Honorable, this is our last caller today. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Kuzi, Mr. Duro, and the Honorable in the house.
We're lucky to have you, but you have less than a minute. I don't know if I should apologize for that.
Okay, this is Pastor Henry J.J. Dara, known as Young T of Doncaster.
Yes.
Please go on.
Well, appreciation goes to you for bringing the Honorable once again. You know, he said something that caught my attention. These people, they are really, you know, serving their people well. They should come to the studio to tell their constituencies what they are doing and what they intend to do in the future.
Okay.
Because we can't be having, there are many, not only him that is there, but him simply because he has his people at heart. That's why whenever you put a call to him, he avails himself to tell the Ukuba and the people what he's doing and what he intends to do in the future.
Thank you.
You know, one thing with these politicians, some of them, whenever they come to campaign, they will make all sorts of promises which they know they cannot fulfill. The work of the legislation is to make laws. But some of them will come and be telling their constituency that this is what we will do, this and that, and when they get to office, they cannot be able to achieve that. That's why you see people coming and be saying all kinds of things. We should spell out their responsibilities when they come in power. Have a blessed day.
Thank you very much, Pastor Young T of Doncaster. And we have come to the end of receiving calls. Honorable, you may need to round off on any note, please.
No, thank you for having me, Unity FM. I love you people. I love you guys. I love the station.
We love you too, equally.
Thank you for giving me a privilege to at least express myself and to talk to my people through their media. And again, I want to leave this place with this parting word that God will not bless us as a nation, as a state, as a local government without unity. Unity attract God blessings and leave us with this parting word that we should be united so that God will bless us as a nation.
Amen.
And secondly, I want to tell the people of Rukuba I love them. And I want to appreciate them for giving me the privilege to serve. Thank you so much.
Oh my, thank you very much. Yes, God loves unity and peace, and so He can only bless us when we live together. Doro?
God bless Nigeria, God bless Plateau State, God bless Jos North, God bless Basa Irigwe constituency, God bless Honorable Ibrahim Agbalak for always being available anytime we extend an invitation, or even if we don't do so. Thank you, our viewer and listener, for always being there to keep us going. Those whose messages we were not able to read, we crave your indulgence. We will do that, on another edition.
Well, thank you very much, everyone, for making this edition of Unity Train possible and successful. Truly appreciate you, especially those of you who would be out there listening and even watching live and throwing in your comments. Those of you who would call us even after the main show, we truly appreciate and continue to do that. We'll do our best to represent even on broadcast. And thank you. This is the end of it. Tomorrow is going to be another lovely day. We pray that we'll be able to see tomorrow. Don't forget, God can only bless us if we live together as human beings. And that is the word we're leaving you with this morning. And from me, Beatrice Adamoyiji, that's the end of it. Tomorrow promises to be another day. Bye-bye.
Mr. Politician, it's good to see you again. It's been so long since you've been here. You had me thinking you were dead. How's your taxpayer mansion? How was your...
Please pay attention. It starts from the foundation.